Organized Sound Podcast. Welcome back. I'm here with YNGBABYJEZUZ. I'm excited about this one. How you doing today?
Great. How are you?
I'm doing well. So you're a White Claw dude.
Yeah, I'm sponsored by White Claw.
Oh, fire.
As of recently.
Oh, nice. So you got the hookup anytime you...
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Right, you pulled up to the store. First of all, talk about our location. Where are we at?
We're at Thrive Exchange in their basement on 410 Boylston Street.
Okay, and what's your kind of history with this brand?
I used to work with them. They're still cool though. I don't work here anymore, but that's about it.
But the love is still there.
Yeah.
You still chill out here and all that.
Yeah. Definitely.
So for someone who's not familiar with you, like describe your sound. You make music, but describe your sound as an artist.
Just loud.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
And so
make noise.
I'm saying. Describe how did you kind of start in music?
I was trolling hard, and then I was just getting comfortable with using GarageBand.
Mm-hmm.
Started showing my songs to friends, and then after a while, it built my confidence to just put it out on SoundCloud. But it was still a troll.
And how long ago was this?
2017.
Okay, so a little bit ago. Because you have like 2 EPs out, right?
I have 1 EP, and then Poser is actually an album. My first actual project.
Yeah, I wanna get to Poser later. Just talking about the area you grew up in though. Would you say you're more of like a city person or like an outdoorsy, woodsy person? What's your style?
New England's cool because like you can have a little bit of both.
You get both, absolutely.
So I go to New Hampshire a lot. You know, I love the outdoors, but I'm definitely just like a city kid. Like I hate bugs. I'm not a good swimmer.
Okay, so you can get annoyed with the outdoors really quick.
Yeah, like
and you're ready to get back into town.
1 night max camping.
Whoa, okay, camping. So have you been camping?
Yeah.
Have you been like out in a tent type?
Yeah, I went out and I used to hike with a friend of mine and just go camp on top of a mountain once we would hit the peak. But it would only take like a night, so like that's why I'm saying 1 night max.
I got you. Hold up here. Turn me down.
Yo.
Yeah. Go fly?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yo, where did that come from? That's like your tagline.
I was just
okay, what does it mean?
It could mean anything. Like however you
what
take
does it represent?
But like I kind of mean it as in like fuck off or like go die is another one. Go die is an alternative one.
Fire.
However you want to take it.
Fire. So, tell me about linking up with DJ Lucas and kind of developing the sound that you did with him. DJ.
Shout out DJ. I met him through my videographer and one of my best friends.
What's your videographer's name?
Sam Goldblum. Gigi Goldblum. He linked me and Lucas together just as a like friend to friend referral. He was doing a video for Lucas like about a year ago or something, I don't know. And then I met him at Sam's apartment, and we never really like talked about making music together or nothing like that. Like that relationship built like aside from like the friendship that we built as well. It was cool though.
Got you. So
cool dude.
Okay, so you're not making music. What do you do when you're just hanging out with DJ?
Drinking beers, talking shit, smoking weed. That's probably, yeah, he was selling weed a lot when, he's a plug.
Chilling.
Straight chilling.
Tell me about, let's double back to this Poser EP. These songs are really, like, loud, in your face, distorted, short. Like, I was listening to it. You know, there's minute songs. There's songs that aren't even a minute. It's like a really interesting approach because it's almost like you're capturing a mood and you got it out and it's done.
Yeah.
So tell me about putting that together and what you were thinking about conceptually doing that.
Well, I always had the idea of making minute long. Just like I don't like songs that are past a minute and 30 seconds or something like that. I don't like anything past 2 verses because then I get bored and I just skip the song. And I love punk music. That's like what is fully inspired by like my sound.
Yeah.
So punk songs are generally like a minute long, and DJ understood that when the idea came about. He took me on his tour recently in August,
Mhm.
and even on tour, like that's when we made our first single, "Fuck You Up," that's on Poser. And then after we made "Fuck You Up," we made the video, and then the idea of making the album came about. But we didn't get to that until recently in December.
Got
So
you.
it took
So,
it took months for us to like link back up because we don't really live near each other.
okay, I got you. So, talk about, yeah, kind of this concept of, you know, putting it into a whole package. What goes into an album that was really important for you?
Um, it kind of just came together as like I don't know. We didn't know how many songs we wanted. We didn't know shit. He just made all the beats for me, like
Yeah,
on the spot.
what was that process of locking in?
Yeah, I finally linked up with him. Went to his house. He lives in the sticks somewhere, and then it was like a snowstorm, so we got locked into like making
Like
music.
physically, yeah.
And
Can't go anywhere.
so he would make the beats right there on the spot, and like I would just tell him if I liked it or not. And then finally, once we like had a good amount of beats to work with, he recorded my vocals, and he helped me a lot with like the structure of like what I should say and stuff like that. But of course, it was mostly me with the lyrics, but he did really well with the beats. And yeah,
So how do you write, or do you write?
no, I don't write shit. I'll write like one bar, like which would be the hook for a song,
Yeah.
and then go off of that.
I
And
got
then-
you. Like you're essentially picking the theme,
Yeah.
and then it's like freestyle.
Yeah. Or like I'll just start the verse and then come up with the hook later. And it's hard when I'm yelling to just record it all in one take. So I would go bar from bar.
Punch in.
Yeah, I would punch in bar from bar, just yelling my lungs out.
Right, to create that effect. Like
Yeah.
delivery is such a
But
big
performing
piece
is
of
not,
your.
it's easy performing it. For
How
some reason.
how come?
Just because I know the lyrics at that point and I can yell, like I don't know. It's harder when you're recording, like you kind of get out of breath and shit. Like
Yeah, you're in a different environment.
performing, like people aren't gonna really hear you out of breath.
So talk about these live shows. Going on the road. What did that teach you? I mean, they're incredibly turned up. So what is it like?
Performance is why I wanted to make music. Like once I realized that I can make turn music, I love going to concerts, deathcore shows and moshing and shit. So I wanted to create that environment with the rap scene in Boston as well, or anywhere I go, because I had other shows in other cities where there was some good mosh pits, and that's pretty much all it is. I just want to just get on stage. I don't even want to be up there yelling. Like I'd rather be in the crowd, just like pushing around everybody, and, like, being on
Getting
the same
involved.
level with everybody. I don't really
Exactly.
like
Right. The separation part is kind of like an invented part of the artistry.
stages.
So why not just take it out?
Yeah, exactly.
Talk to me about how you came. Well, actually, what is a place that you traveled to that you really enjoyed or was kind of different from what you're used to?
The tour I went on with DJ, my first and only tour, was very different, and it was a wild experience. It was in Washington State and Oregon State.
Yeah. What's
And,
going on over
what's
there?
cool about DJ's fan base is that like you would think that small towns wouldn't know who. I don't know. He has like a really like different fan base than your average artist would, because he can go to like a bumfuck town and plan a show at a bar, and people will show up and people will turn up for him, which is sick. You know, I didn't know what I was getting into going to on tour with him, because I had just met him. It was just like a very like last minute thing, and I went for it. You know, I went, got my ticket, met up with Sam Goldblum. He's from Washington State, so he kind of helped
That's
put
the
together the
connect.
tour.
Okay.
Yeah, like he put the tour together with my other friend. His name's Mike. He put the tour together with Mike, and going to Washington was different. You know, it's like I had no idea what it would be like, and now I kind of got the idea of what, you know, like Kurt Cobain, you know, the whole grunge scene came from, because it's very grungy. Seattle, I performed at some town called Walla Walla. Walla Walla was crazy.
That sounds like a name of a music
Walla Walla
festival.
is just so many
more than like
types. It's just all hipsters
town.
and just a bunch of drugs and just crazy ass people. Olympia, Washington, it was sick, like a bunch of meth heads. You know, I mean, it's not really something to praise, but like people, just the characters you meet there are different, because East Coast is kind of like opioids and like heroin.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Oh, yeah.
Boston people love perks and heroin and shit, but on the West Coast, or at least when I went to Washington, like people were doing coke and meth and just uppers. It was just a different scene of drugs that I saw.
That's crazy.
But
So-
yeah, it was cool. enjoyed
I was gonna say you enjoyed it. How about like how's the food?
The food kind of sucked, honestly. Like, I like the food in the East Coast. They say the food's better in LA, like the Mexican food, but I feel like the Mexican food out here is pretty good. There's mad burrito spots.
Mad burrito
I can eat
spots.
burritos every fucking day. Like,
Me
burritos,
too.
I eat shit
And
with
tacos.
burritos.
Eat
Bang!
shit. What's happening? Tell me about your style, because I feel like style influences a lot of what music is. Tell me about, you know, how you developed your style, clothing wise.
It's weird because like I was always I got very influenced as well by skateboarding. So I would go to school wearing like some Vans before, you know, the whole, I don't know, there was just so many phases before like Vans became cool, and I would get called white boy for dressing like a skater at school.
Yeah.
Like throughout middle school and high school, I would get called white boy, and it didn't really bother me. You know, I was just like, I don't know. I mean, I liked being different, and I guess if I'm not white, I'm Guatemalan, but like I didn't, that shit doesn't bother me. So I was like, cool. Like I guess that's what I'm known as. But it kind of, I noticed that like the more differently I dressed, the more attention I caught. Like I don't know. I don't want to like sound cocky, you know. I got like best dressed in middle school and high school.
Oh
So
shoot!
people fucked with
People
it.
already knew what it
People
was.
were hating on it, but then fucked with it. Like it was weird. But
And that's kind of everything in life. Like
yeah.
whenever you stray from the pack, like you're gonna meet that resistance, and then you just break through. And I feel like, yeah, it can go that way in anything.
Definitely.
Okay, so leaving high school, how did your style like evolve or develop, or are you still like feeling like you're in the skater lane?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of gravitated towards dressing more like, I've always liked how, like, crust punks look, you know, with all the patches on their pants. And,
Yeah.
like, very dirty looking with, like, long spiky hair or something like that. I don't go to that extent, you know, I still like I consider myself kind of like a pretty boy, but, like, I don't know, like, just mix it in so that it fits me. It's what I like to do.
Okay.
But
That leads me into my next question.
I still dress like a skater, I guess.
What?
I don't know.
Who are like some people that are icons for you?
Growing up, Joe Strummer, he's the lead singer of The Clash. My uncle used to shove their music down my throat, and I used to think it was just like old people music. Like I was young and small, like I used to just like, I don't know, Eminem and shit. And then
Eminem dropped an album today.
finally, yeah, like I was just one day listening to a bunch of bands and shit, and I was like, wait a minute, my uncle used to show me all this music, and I'm like, he was actually cool. So like,
right, you learn
yeah,
that
like,
this stuff ages well.
yeah, like it's evolved, and definitely Joe Strummer's a big one. You know, everyone loves when they think of punks. You know, they think of Sid Vicious.
Sure.
I feel Gigi Allen, but they were icons, and they're icons to me as well. You know, especially Gigi Allen because of his performances and stuff. He's kind of a douchebag as a person, but I don't know. I wouldn't know, but I used to love going on YouTube and looking up Gigi Allen performances and like, taking notes and shit like that.
Loving the art, learning the history of the art.
Yeah.
And I feel like everything comes full circle because now, like, that sound, your sound, I feel like is so back in vogue, like strongest it's ever been. I want to talk about just calling calling the album Poser. Is kind of like tongue in cheek, also kind of a troll, right?
Definitely,
Why call it Poser?
Cause I don't know, like, I do say it's punk, but it's not punk. I mean, it is punk, but punk is very, like, I don't want to categorize my music, but it's just punk what I'm doing. Like, it's just like, I don't give a fuck. My music's not mixed. It was all made on GarageBand. Every single song I have is on GarageBand.
Fire.
It's just very carelessly made, and the distorted sound, I feel like, is what the new age punk is, you know, in today's society. There's not really, like, a lot of oi punk bands. There is, but it's very small. Like, I don't know, I feel like hardcore music and, like, just, like, grindcore, whatever the fuck else they come up with genres, like, that's more popular today than, like, just, like, classic punk.
Straight up. Yeah,
but I like to consider my music punk. Like, if people ask,
consider
I
yourself
just say
a punk
it's punk
artist.
Yeah, like,
me too. But I don't know. I like the rap elements that you bring to it too. What I want to talk about the "Fuck You Up" video.
I'm never quit. I'm always gonna win. I don't give a fuck. I'm a nut. I be going dumb. DJ Lucas in the cut. Got the bitches going nuts. What the fuck? Doing so much drugs. Got me feeling like I'm stuck.
You had the animal skin, and you're jumping around in the woods, and like you're next to a truck, and you got the dude that's got like the cowboy hat on, and it's very rural feeling.
yeah, that's Road Dogg.
Road Dogg,
he's
yeah.
a legend. He's a big legend in Washington. That video was in Washington.
That's in Washington.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was in Walla Walla, actually.
Wow. Okay. So how did you guys conceptualize that, or even decide to do it at that time?
We made the song, and then we just knew we had to bang out that video before the tour ended. So one day we just took the time out to drive into the mountains, and I don't know, we kind of just thought about everything on the spot, like we do with every video. We never really.
Where was that attic? There was that really cool attic that had like, it was just like covered.
Sorry, that's Road Dogg's room. It was in his house.
Okay.
He is a big piece to that song.
Absolutely.
Because that was his truck. You know, he when it comes to being a punk, he's straight up like,
he lives it.
The epiphany of that. Yeah, like, and that was his room. That was his ferret that was in the video. And yeah, he drove me around, and we saw this like farm looking place, and I don't know, I wanted to give like a real country boy vibe to the, you know, to the song, like,
yeah,
instead of, because all my videos are like in the city, or I don't know, just, yeah, they're all made in the city, so I felt like real country.
Change it up
there.
Put that out. Tell me about when you're thinking about, you know, spreading your sound around, marketing especially. What's something that you've done for marketing, or that you've seen someone else do that was really effective?
I don't really do this as much anymore. I make a lot of dumb videos on Instagram. I have an alternative page for that now. Like, I don't post it on my main page. I just try to post music on there. But I have another page. It's called YNGBABYJEZUZ. And I just like to I don't know, like, troll people. Like I said, I don't do it as much anymore. I don't know.
But the comedy elements, you
The
think that
comedy of
brings
it
in
would,
a relatability?
Yeah, people would like, tune in on what I'm doing, and then it's like, oh, like I'll post a stupid ass video of me doing some like fuck shit, but then here's a song, by the way, like if you want to go out and listen to this. And people, I don't know, I didn't think people would listen to it at first, but people tune in after a while.
I think that is effective because nowadays there's the brand and there's the music, and those things aren't necessarily 100% connected. Like, people can like you without liking your songs, or people can like your songs without liking you. So it's like the relationship in those two things, you can do some different things to try and bring them into harmony.
Yeah.
So I think we're up to my last question, which is, we're here, it's the very beginning of 2020. What are some things you want to do in music?
I think I was saying, like, I don't like to think too hard on what's next, because then I feel like it just gets screwed up that way.
Yeah.
I kind of just play it by ear. Definitely want to just keep making music like I was doing before, just with more effort. I feel like I need to put a little bit more time into it, take it a little bit more serious, and not think of it as a troll. But at the same time, like, I'm just having fun with it. Like,
I think that's the most important thing you can do.
It's just a hobby. Like, I don't really want to like make money off it or anything like that. I mean, if I do, then that's sick.
Exactly.
Fuck yeah, but it's just for fun, just for the entertainment. I like to entertain people, and just turn up at shows.
I'm saying, well, I'm messing with you, man.
Yeah, thank you.
And I'm just really excited. I think you bring something really unique, and I think that you're the type of artist that just fits in well. We talked about the Boston music scene. Like, I think there's just a piling on of these different sounds where it's like, no matter where you're from, you're gonna like something out of the Boston music scene. And I think that's very important when you think about spreading this scene on a more national level. But YNGBABYJEZUZ, thanks very much for doing this, hosting me, all
Appreciate
that.
you.
And I'm gonna be checking you out. I'm gonna keep posted. And this has been the Organized Sound Podcast. Thank you for watching, and we're out.
Yeah.
Go Fly!